If you think that better videos require better gear, I'm here to show you it's not about what you have, it's about how you use it. Hey, I'm Paige. I help business owners use video to grow their brand, build trust faster, and actually make sales, especially on YouTube. When you decided to start your business, you probably didn't think that you would also have to become a content creator. Chances are, out of all the certifications, education, and training you may have gotten to get you to where you are today, I'm willing to bet that it probably didn't include creating content, and more specifically, video content. Whether you're just getting started with content or you're ready to take it to the next level, today we're going to talk about how to film better video content without spending a bunch of money. Now, before we dive into that, I want to have a little bit of a real talk for a second. If you're watching this video, I already know that you care about doing content well. You probably are already creating video and you want it to look better, feel easier, and actually work for your business. But I also know that there are a few of you watching who are not currently creating video content at all. You're here gathering knowledge, saving tips, and waiting for the day that you feel ready. And if that's you, I love you, but I'm going to lovingly call you out. Do not finish watching this video unless you pinky promise that you're gonna go record something right after. It doesn't need to be anything big, and it can literally be a 15-second Instagram story about what you're working on this week. But consuming content without taking action is the fastest way to stay stuck. So we're gonna make a deal. Listen, learn, and then go take some imperfect, messy, magical action. Deal? Deal. Okay, let's get started with lighting. You've probably heard people say that you need good lighting, but what actually is good lighting? Good lighting is lighting that flatters your face. So here's what that means in real life terms. It means you have no harsh shadows on your face, like under your eyes. You want soft, even light. You also want to make sure that the light is bright enough, but that you're not blown out. What we actually want is the features on our face to still be defined. We want to see a real human, and we want to see your skin. Side note, I personally am not a fan of filters because I feel like it takes away from that. We also want to make sure that you have consistent color temperature, which might mean sticking to one light source. So natural light is more cool and indoor bulbs tend to be more warm. Mixing both lights can make your skin tone look kind of weird and throw things off. And lastly, the light should be hitting your face from the front or slightly to the side at like a 45-degree angle, but not from above and definitely not from behind. So how do you get good lighting on a budget? First and foremost, you have access to a beautiful free resource that is natural light. So what you're going to want to do is face a window. You never put the window behind you unless you have a more powerful light source in front of you. If the sunlight that's coming in your window is too harsh, you can get cheap sheer curtains to hang up that are going to filter the light and make everything look a lot more soft. The fancy word for this is called diffusion or a light diffuser. You also want to start paying attention to what time of day the light is best in different parts of your house. So your living room might be perfect in the morning, but your office has a nice golden glow at 4 p.m. Test it and see what you actually like, and then make note of what time you need to be recording and where. Please, whatever you do, avoid overhead lights. They typically give you a really weird color tone and create the most unflattering shadows on your face. Like if you want to look tired and like you have bags under your eyes, can lights will do that for you. Turn them off. Turn all the overhead lights off. Like I said earlier, we want to avoid mixing light colors. So lamps are usually more yellow and daylight is more cool. If you're mixing them together and you have two different color lights on your face, it's going to make you look a little weird. Side note, if you do already have a ring light or some other kind of light that you're using, there's a good chance that it's bicolor, and that just means that you can adjust the warmth. 5600K is the setting that matches daylight, so if you're trying to use a ring light with a window light and you want it to match, that's likely the setting that you would need to put on the back of your light. In the event that facing a window feels impossible because of how your space is set up, you can use a cheap white foam board from Dollar Tree to bounce light back onto your face. So like if your window's over here, then you would put the whiteboard over here so that the light would come in the window, hit the whiteboard, and then bounce on this side of your face as well. So then both sides of your face are lit. Truly, that's just making things like so complicated. If you can, just turn your body and face a window. It is the cheapest, easiest way to get better lighting. Okay, so now that we've talked about lighting and you actually know how to get good lighting for free, let's talk about audio. Video quality matters, but if your audio sucks, people are not going to stick around. It doesn't matter how valuable your message is. If your audio is echoey, if it's muffled, if it's distracting, People are gonna click away, end of story. Here's how you get clean audio without blowing your budget. First of all, we're gonna look at your space, your environment. Ideally, you need to be recording in a quiet room. Your voice is gonna bounce off of all of the hard surfaces. So if you have really high ceilings, your voice is gonna travel up, bounce around, and then that's gonna give an echo. If you have tile floors or wood floors, that's more things for your voice to bounce off of. We reduce the echo when we introduce soft things like curtains, rugs, pillows, and blankets. Before I could afford good mics, I actually used to lay blankets and pillows down to absorb some of the sound. So anything that you can put out of frame on the ground or the walls to help dampen the sound is going to help. If you are going to buy one piece of gear, make it a mic. This is where I will always recommend you spending your money first. High quality will improve your content more than any camera upgrade. If you don't want to spend money, the mic on your phone is actually really good, as long as it's close to your face. If you are going to spend money on a mic, I highly recommend getting a wireless one. And please, I'm begging you, skip the sketchy $20 mic that has gone viral on TikTok and Instagram over the years. I bought one to see what the hype was about, and it was terrible. I promise you that you are better off just using the built-in mic on your phone than using that mic. So what do I recommend instead? I personally love the brand Rode. The quality is super high, it's solid, it's reliable, but the DJI mini mics are very, very hard to beat when it comes to the price for the quality. So if you're on a budget and want a wireless mic, this is the one I would tell you to get. It's less than $100. It goes on sale here and there, but I have not seen it go back over $100 in a very long time. I'll make sure to link that mic down in the description so you can check it out if you're interested. If you're ready to invest in a piece of equipment, whatever mic you go with, please make sure that it is close to your face. That alone will make a massive difference in your sound quality. If you do decide to invest in a mic, you want to make sure that it is somewhat near your face. That alone will make a massive difference in your sound quality. Do your best to keep a quiet room. So turn off fans, mute the washer and dryer, make sure your dogs aren't drinking water in the background. That being said, I live in Arizona and turning off the AC in the summer is not going to happen. This is also where having a good mic will come in because they help minimize a lot of the background noise and isolate your voice better, even if your space isn't perfectly quiet. Overall, just remember this. Clean, clear audio is what will make people actually want to keep listening. Now that your lighting's dialed in and your audio is clean, let's wrap this up by talking about your actual camera setup, or in most cases, your phone. Here's the deal. Your phone is more than enough. You do not need a fancy camera unless you truly are ready to learn how to use one. I'm sure you've heard it a million times, but the back camera on your phone is a higher quality than the one on the front. They make those little screens that you can put on the back of your phone so you can see yourself. I have personally never tried one, but I have used a mirror behind my phone to set it up. I've also connected my phone to my Mac, because you can connect it and see the back, see yourself, and then you still know what's going on. I have also used my Apple Watch to do this. So regardless of what you're using, clean your lens every time you hit record. Always wipe down your lens, always, always. And while 4K is the highest quality that your phone can record in, just know that Instagram actually can't process anything over 1080p. So if you upload 4K content directly, it's likely going to compress it and actually result in lower quality than if you had just recorded in 1080p in the first place. So you can film in 1080p, or if you really want to film in 4K, then film in 4K and export it at 1080p when you edit your video. Another easy way to improve your video is to stabilize the shot. That means putting your phone or camera on a tripod, a stack of books, up against a water bottle, anything that keeps it steady. You can get a phone tripod for like $20 on Amazon, so in my opinion, at this point, there's no reason to not have one if you're running a business and creating content. But if you don't, get creative. However you decide to prop up your phone, keep this in mind. You want your framing to be at eye level. We don't want to shoot from below, and we don't want to shoot from above. The lens should be pointed at your eyes, or like this section of your face. You're also going to use what we call the rule of thirds, which means you're going to keep your eyes in the top third of the frame for the most professional look. And please, please, please always make eye contact, which means that you are looking at the lens and not looking at yourself. I want to make sure it's said that expensive equipment does not automatically equal higher quality video. Getting a big camera might seem like the fastest way to make your content look better, but if you don't actually know how to use it, you're going to end up frustrated, overwhelmed, and probably watching hours of YouTube tutorials trying to figure out settings that you didn't even know existed. There is a learning curve and it's pretty steep. Before you invest any money in equipment, you need to get good at using what you already have. Dial in your lighting, improve your audio, and learn how to frame yourself on camera, because those things are going to matter way more than the brand of camera that you're using. Now, if you are at the point in your content journey where you're like, yep, I'm ready, I have the time, I have the energy, and I'm gonna learn a new camera system, and I'm gonna practice using a real camera, then yes, a fancy camera will dramatically level up your quality. But if you're not quite there yet, please do not let gear be your excuse. Your phone, paired with good light, clean audio, and an intentional setup, can give you pro-level results right now. And like I said at the beginning of this video, it's not about the gear you have, it's about how you use it. Since you're still here, let's do a recap. Number one, get your lighting right. Use natural light when you can. Diffuse the light if it's too harsh. Make sure your color temperature is consistent. Turn off overhead lights. And lastly, use your phone like a pro. Clean your lens, stabilize your shot, frame yourself at eye level, and make eye contact. If you improve just those things, even with a super basic setup, your videos are going to instantly look and feel more professional. And you're going to feel more confident showing up because the quality of your content will finally reflect the quality of the work that you're already doing behind the scenes. So do not just take all of this and move on. Go record something, like right now. Test your setup, film a quick story, try a new framing. Imperfect action is how you're going to get better. And I want to remind you, you are never going to be as bad at video as you are today. You're only going to get better. So go, create, get in front of the camera, try the thing, mess up, do it anyway, because the only way that you're actually going to get good on camera is to keep showing up on camera. If you found this video helpful, leave a comment and let me know which tip you're going to try first. And if you're on Instagram and you happen to publish a video, send it to me or tag me so that I can cheer you on. And if you want more content like this, go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Thanks so much for being here with me today, and I will see you in the next video.